Our top focus this morning is on the cyclone Tauktae, which has now intensified into a very severe cyclonic storm, according to the Met Department, and it's inching towards the coast of Gujarat. The cyclone has veered slightly towards the right. It's now heading towards the center of the southern bulge of Gujarat. Landfall is expected near Bhavnagar and Junagadh by this evening. Mumbai is not in the direct line of threat of the cyclone, but it is witnessing rains accompanied with strong winds. According to the Met Department, moderate to intense spells of rain with gusty winds reaching up to 75 to 85 kilometers per hour is likely to occur at isolated places. This is in the districts of Mumbai, Thane, Raigad, Palghar as well as Ratnagiri, and the forecast is for the next 3 hours. Ahead of landfall, unfortunately in Gujarat, there is also an earthquake that's been reported, which measures 4.5 on the Richter scale. It hit the Amreli district of Gujarat. We're also seeing a lot of preparations underway on the ground for the cyclone. The NDRF has deployed over 50 teams in the state for evacuation and for rescue. Nearly 1.5 lakh people so far have been shifted from low-lying Gujarat, coastal areas in Gujarat. 2 people lost their lives in Goa when the cyclonic system was moving past the state. Over 100 houses have been damaged due to strong winds, and several roads in the state remain blocked due to inundation. The Met Department is forecast that today too the rains will continue in Goa, and that's why Home Minister Amit Shah also spoke to the Chief Minister of the state, Pramod Sawant, to take stock of how the state has prepared itself for this storm. In Kerala, the worst is over. The cyclonic winds did cause some damage. There was also waterlogging that was reported in several parts of Alappuzha. 6 people, unfortunately, have lost their lives so far due to this cyclone. 4 in Karnataka, 2 in the state of Goa.
लैंडफॉल भावनगर, जूनागढ़ और दीव के आसपास होने की संभावना है। पहले जो पूर्वानुमान था वो पोरबंदर और के आसपास था, लेकिन अब जो है ये थोड़ा राइट घूम गया है, और जो कि प्रेडिक्टेबल होता नहीं है। साइक्लोन का जो पाथ होता है वो कभी भी अनप्रेडिक्टेबली वियर कर सकता है। तो ये राइट को वियर किया है, राइट साइड को शिफ्ट किया है पाथ जो है, और ये अब जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि थोड़ा सा सेंटर ऑफ द बल्ज, जो सदर्न बल्ज है गुजरात का, उसी के सेंटर में जा रहा है, न कि लेफ्ट में जा रहा है, जो कि कर्व होके पाकिस्तान और कराची की तरफ जाने की बात थी। वैसा नहीं हो रहा है, सेंटर की तरफ आ रहा है।
बाय द ग्रेस ऑफ गॉड हमारी कोविड अस्पताल है, उनकी पावर कुछ इंटरप्ट नहीं हो पाई, इसलिए वहाँ पे 24/7 पावर्स थी। इसी तरह से हमारे पूरे डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट की टीम 100% काम में लगी हुई है। जो इनका डेथ हुई है उन्हें हम डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट की तरफ से, डिजास्टर रिलीफ से उनको मदद दिया जाएगा। जिनका मेजर हाउस और माइनर हाउस भी डैमेज हुआ है उनको भी डिजास्टर रिलीफ की तरफ से उनकी मदद जितनी जल्दी हो सके उन्हें मदद दी जाएगी।
So an alert has been sounded for all the coastal districts of Maharashtra. The district collectors in Palghar, Ratnagiri, Sindhudurg have been asked to stay on alert mode and be ready for any eventuality. As far as Mumbai is concerned, the suburbs, both the western and the central suburbs, have been receiving rainfall since 5 a.m. And for Mumbai, it is being said that there's going to be heavy downpour and strong winds with the intensity and speed of around 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. But most importantly, Maharashtra has to receive around 160 metric tons of oxygen from Gujarat, Jamnagar. But if it so happens that the cyclonic activity disrupts this transport, then Uddhav Thackeray has said that alternate arrangements have been made. Importantly, more than 600 COVID patients have been transferred from various jumbo facilities to government hospitals. Uddhav Thackeray has promised that he is going to ensure there is uninterrupted electricity and oxygen supply at the various COVID hospitals. But the disaster management units have been activated. A control room has been set in Mantralaya, which will coordinate with the various district units as well. In all, even though Mumbai is not in direct line of the storm, but there is a prediction that as the day passes by, there is going to be strong wind activity and heavy rainfall in certain suburbs of Mumbai.
Let's get you now a live update from the city of Mumbai. Mustafa Sheikh is joining us on this broadcast. Mustafa, good morning. What's the forecast looking like for Mumbai? The Met Department has warned that there will be heavy rains. The challenge, however, is that this is happening amid a COVID crisis. Mustafa, what is the administration doing to address power outages to ensure that there is no problem with oxygen supply and several other issues?
Well, yes, Akshita, let's understand what's happening in Mumbai right now. If you show us the visuals of Marine Lines area, you can see the BST buses here are being diverted. These are being diverted because there is a tree collapse incident which has taken place just ahead in the road. So there is a traffic issue which is happening in Mumbai because the wind speed is much more. Rains are consistently happening, but this is not a problem of monsoon that there will be a waterlogging. But due to the wind speed, there is damage being done. Now, authorities were prepared since last 2 days. There have been various mitigation efforts taken to make sure that the electricity outage doesn't happen. COVID patients are shifted out of field hospitals to a safer hospital. These things have been has been done as preventive measures. But because it's a cyclone, there is a disaster-like situation. We would only know the entire loss which has been suffered by the city of Mumbai only after the cyclone has passed by the latitude of Mumbai. Now, what the weather department had informed this morning was that the cyclone is about 150 kilometers inside the Arabian Sea from Mumbai, and even then you can see the heavy rainfall which is happening in the city of Mumbai. You can imagine how intensified the cyclone is. There are tree collapse incidents being reported. There are rainfall happening, but we only know the exact damage which has been done by this cyclone in a few hours once it passes by. But as of now, all the authorities are on alert to prevent as much as damage as possible. Back to you.
All right, Mustafa, thank you for that update. I just also want to tell our viewers the latest communication from the Met Department has said that this particular cyclonic storm, till now a very severe cyclonic storm, has now become an extremely severe cyclonic storm, which means that this system is only intensifying as it moves towards the coast. As per the Met Department's prediction currently, this landfall could happen somewhere along the Gujarat and Diu coast. That is the prediction that's coming from the Met Department currently. But a warning that's been issued that this cyclonic storm cannot be taken lightly. It's now intensified into an extremely severe cyclonic storm. It is the southern part of Gujarat which is expected to bear the brunt of the cyclone. That's where the storm is going to be making landfall. And Gopi Manyar has sent us this report from Verawale in Gujarat.
आप देख सकते हैं कि जो वेरावल का समुद्र तट है वो काफ़ी रफ हो चुका है और यहाँ पे जो पुलिस है, पुलिस भी अब लोगों को जो समुद्र के किनारे पे सुबह सुबह आए हुए थे उन लोगों को यहाँ पे खदेड़ने का काम पुलिस ने भी शुरू कर दिया है। साथ ही एनडीआरएफ की जो टीमें हैं वो भी पूरे गुजरात में तैनात कर दी गई है और ख़ास करके जो कोस्टल इलाके हैं, समुद्र तट वाले शहर है, वहाँ पे इस टीमों को तैनात कर दिया गया है। वही कोविड केयर सेंटर की बात की जाए तो यहाँ पे भी जो आईसीयू ऑन व्हील है उसको स्टैंड बाय पे रखा गया है। साथ ही सभी जो अस्पताल है, जो कोविड के अस्पताल है, उनको बताया गया है कि वो 24 घंटे का ऑक्सीजन जो है वो सरप्लस लेकर चले। कहीं पे भी सड़क अगर बंद हो जाएगी और ऑक्सीजन की जो ट्रक्स वगैरह नहीं पहुंच पाएगी तो दिक्कत होगी, जिसके चलते ये कहा गया है कि वो ऑक्सीजन भी 24 घंटे का सरप्लस लेके चले। बिजली के लिए जनरेटर सेट रखाने के लिए कहा गया। आप देख सकते हैं जो पुलिस है, पुलिस यहाँ पे पहुंची हुई है। पुलिस जो मॉर्निंग वॉक करने यहाँ पे समुद्र के तट पे लोग पहुंचे हुए थे उनको अब खदेड़ने का काम यहाँ पे पुलिस ने शुरू कर दिया है ताकि जो लोग हैं वो यहाँ से हट जाए और जब साइक्लोन का असर है वो जब यहाँ पे हो तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को नुकसान ना हो। कैमरामैन उज्जवल ओझा के साथ गोपी घांगर, वेरावल।
And let's tell you exactly what the movement of the system is going to look like based on the Met Department's prediction. So you can see that today you'll see the cyclone making landfall in the southern part of Gujarat. That's where you're going to see maximum impact of Cyclone Tauktae, and then it'll progress further. As it goes further into land, then you'll see it weakening into a smaller system. And in the days to come, there'll be northern parts of Gujarat also and Rajasthan that will get some scattered rainfall. But the maximum impact of the cyclone is going to be on southern Gujarat. Later this evening is when we're expecting this cyclone to make landfall. You can see that the eye of the storm also hits just about today. So it will be late in the evening, in the night, which is when the eye of the storm will pass through southern Gujarat and then make its way further in. As it moves further, there will be rainfall. The forecast of rainfall for Gujarat is for today as well as tomorrow. Let's focus again on the state of Maharashtra, because if you look at the movement of the cyclone, it's just off the coast of Maharashtra currently. Pankaj Kelkar is joining us from Ratnagiri in Maharashtra. Pankaj, where you are, there is a high alert for rain and also for high-speed winds. What's the situation currently as far as rescue operation is concerned, as far as relief work is concerned? Is that on a war footing there?
Akshata, as of now, I am in Ratnagiri in Dapoli Tehsil, and here you can see strong winds, gusty winds, as well as continuous rains happening. The movement of the cyclone is towards Mumbai. As of now, the wind is blowing from the sea towards the landmass, and the current of the wind is very strong. Here you can see the way the winds are moving, and the clouds movement is also there. Now the administration has also confirmed that they are on their toes right from the day one, alerting the citizens, those on the coastal side, to move to this safer places. But about the devastation that has been caused by this particular Taukte cyclone and the winds and rainfall, that throughout the midnight the winds got stronger. As of now also the winds are very strong, but the direction has changed. Itself says that the movement has gone towards Mumbai. Now whatever damage it has caused, it will be ascertained as and when the rescue teams will be there in these areas. But yes, there are the locals, there are the fire brigade teams, as well as those volunteers who are there to rescue those if at all there are some heavy damages. But as of now there is no severe damage other than uprooting of trees or the branches that have been broken. That is what is being reported by the locals whom we have met.
All right,
Akshata.
good to know that there isn't too much damage. Let's hope it stays that way. Pankaj, thank you for getting us that report. In states in the southern part of the country, Kerala, Goa, already we're seeing the effects of the cyclone. It's moved beyond these areas, but Kerala also saw massive impact due to this cyclone. Over 14 districts sounded an alert. More than 30 NDRF teams have been deployed in these areas. We saw quite a bit of damage of property being reported, particularly in homes along the coastal areas. Here's a ground report by Gopi Krishnanithan.
Torrential rains, strong winds, and complete chaos have gripped Kerala as the western coast braces for cyclone Taukte. High tides have damaged hundreds of houses in the area. The citizens already battling a raging pandemic are now facing a double whammy due to the very severe storm, which is likely to make landfall on Tuesday in Gujarat. In Trikunapura village of Alapura, hundreds of people have been evacuated as the rough sea has breached the long sea wall. 70-year-old fish seller Muhammad Nazar used to live with his wife in a small house on the coastline of the village. The torrential rain and high tides have forced his family to relocate to a relief camp.
എൻ്റെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് കടച്ചു 70 വയസ്സിനുള്ളിൽ തലച്ചമട മുതൽ ഞാൻ മീൻ കച്ചവടം ചെയ്ത് സൈക്കിളിലും തലച്ചമടയും വണ്ടിയിലും കച്ചവടം ചെയ്ത് കാശ് പൈസ രൂപയുടെ മീൻ കച്ചവടമായിരുന്നു. കോവിഡ് വന്നിട്ട് പിന്നെ ഞാൻ മീൻ കച്ചവടം നിർത്തി. വീട്ടിൽ ഞാനും എൻ്റെ വൈഫ് മാത്രമേ ഇപ്പോഴുള്ളൂ. മക്കൾ 4 പേരും 4 അടുത്ത്, ഒരാൾ മരിച്ചുപോയി. ഭാര്യയാണ് സുഖമില്ലാത്ത ആസ്മ അസുഖക്കാരാണ്.
Locals say the unusually raging waves that damaged the seawall have never been witnessed before.
The rough sea waters have literally washed away all the soil from underneath, leaving this portion of the building literally hanging in the air. Hundreds of houses have been completely washed away in the rough seas that has hit the Kerala coast over the last few days. Many more like this are on the verge of a complete collapse. The people here look forward for the support of the administration, either in terms of alternate arrangements to leave or other means of survival.
This is Khadija, whose house is at a significant distance from the sea. Yet the ravaging waves washed away the soil underneath her house.
7 വർഷമായി. എന്നിട്ട് എന്നും വീടിന്റെ തൂണൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ ഇളകിക്കൊണ്ട് പോകും. എല്ലാവരും വന്ന് ഇതുപോലെ ഫോട്ടോ എടുത്തോണ്ട് പോകും. യാതൊരു ഇതൊന്നും നമുക്ക് ഇതുവരെ കിട്ടിയിട്ടില്ല. പേടിയാമോ? അതല്ലേ മരുമോളെ അങ്ങ് വിട്ടേ. പേടിക്കാതെ പിന്നെ പേടിയാമോനെ. പിന്നെ ഞാനും ബാബിച്ചിയും കൂടെ ഇവിടെ കിടന്ന് എല്ലാ സാധനവും ഇതിനകത്ത് ഇരിക്കുമല്ലേ. എന്നിട്ട് ഞങ്ങളുടെ പിന്നെ ഒരു അലമാരിയൊക്കെ പിടിച്ച് ഞങ്ങൾ വെളിയിൽ വെച്ച് അതൊക്കെയായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങൾ ജീവിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്.
More than the nature's fury, it's the laxity of the administration that has hurt the people. The villagers are fuming over the inaction and negligence of local leaders and authorities.
ഞാൻ മെമ്പറായിരുന്നപ്പോൾ 5 വർഷക്കാലം MLA ഓഫീസിൽ എത്ര തവണ കയറി ഇറങ്ങിയെന്നറിയാമോ? ഈ കല്ലിന്റെ കാര്യവും റോഡിന്റെ കാര്യമൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു അറിയാമോ? എത്ര പ്രാവശ്യം അയാൾ ആക്കിത്തരാന്ന് മാത്രമേ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളൂ, ചെയ്യത്തില്ലെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല.
The situation is no different in Ernakulam district as well. The high tides have left a trail of destruction.
What you see behind me are anything but surreal images. These are not what you would expect to see in your backyard, and unfortunately that is what is unfolding over here. If you look at the houses over here, these houses when they were built, they were rather far away from the shoreline, but after the sea had started crouching in, due to the high tide, this is what we are witnessing here at the moment. These houses that you see over here, and maybe I can just ask my camera person to show you this visual. This is not what you would want to see when you look through the main door of a house. If you can just see this image, you can see right through that house, you can see that wave coming, and this is how the wave is lashing inside.
The only glimmer of hope is that cyclone Tautai has moved further north. With Gopi Krishna Unithan in Kerala, Bureau Report, India Today.
If you're in a city that is going to be facing the wrath of Cyclone Tauktae, here are some do's and don'ts. First of all, the most important is to ignore all rumors about the cyclone, about its impact. Ensure you follow credible sources, that is the Met Department, and whatever advisory the government puts out. Ensure you are in a safe shelter if possible. If you live in a low-lying area, it may be a good idea for you to move out of your residence based on what the government has said. Keep your mobile phones charged to ensure connectivity, because remember that usually this cyclonic storm is coupled with power outages in most areas. Prepare an emergency kit with all the essentials. Keep a medical kit with you as well as all other emergency essentials. Switch off electrical as well as gas supply when the cyclone hits. This is as a precautionary measure to ensure that there is no damage reported. Keep doors and windows of your house closed as well, because the wind speeds will pick up. Again, it will lead to a lot of damage in your residence. Drink boiled or chlorinated water after the cyclone, because very often after this kind of a severe storm, you get a lot of reports about contaminated water. Now, the Indian Air Force is on alert as states on the west coast brace for Cyclone Tauktae. Preparing for rescue and relief efforts, the IAF last evening deployed 3 aircraft for transportation of 167 personnel as well as 16.5 tons of cargo of the NDRF from Kolkata to Ahmedabad. Another C-130J and 2 AN-32 aircraft carried 121 NDRF personnel and 11.6 tons of load from Vijayawada to Ahmedabad for the same purpose. 2 C-130J aircraft transported 110 personnel and 15 tons of cargo for the NDRF from Pune, again to Ahmedabad. And on the other side of